It's not often that I review games here at Level 1 Gaming, but I did decide to review this one because it really piqued my interest. Now, this is a title by Coco Cucumber. They made games like Riverbond and one of my favorite titles from the generation, Echo Generation. That was not done on purpose, but yes, it happened. Now, this is the trilogy of their voxel style games. Of course, like I said, Riverbond, Echo Generation. Their newest title, which releases tomorrow, is Ravenlok. Now, I came across Ravenlok on Twitter because it is releasing on Xbox Game Pass. I am a subscriber, so I'm always interested in what newer titles are releasing on the platform. It is on Xbox Game Pass, and on PC. Now, when you guys look up this game, when you guys play this game, you will notice immediately the story is very, very familiar, okay? So Ravenlock story is about a girl who is moving into a new house with her parents, and she is pulled into a mirror into another world, right? And again, you guys will instantly realize this is a bit of a reimagining of Alice in Wonderland. Now, I am not a big Alice in Wonderland type person. I know bits and pieces about the story, but even I, who is not big on Alice in Wonderland, picked up on that very, very, very quickly, okay? You're running to different characters like, oh, okay, I know this person. This makes sense. I know this. This is Alice in Wonderland. Reimagine. But yes, Ravenlok is a story of a girl pulled into a mirror into another land, and she is the chosen one. Now, when she gets to this other world from pulled into a mirror, she's told that she is the Ravenlok. And they tell her that because look at your raven-colored hair. You have to be the one that come and save us because the queen is tripping. The queen is on some other stuff. She causing problems. We need to get her on up out of here, okay? And you got to do it because you the girl here with purple hair. You the Ravenlok. You meant to do some damage to the queen. That is, in gist, the story of Ravenlok. Now, the gameplay of this game gets talked to you very, very early. I mentioned earlier, you are at home with your parents, moving to a new house. You immediately sent on some fetch quest. Okay, your mom tells you, hey, go set the table. So you got to go outside, pick some flowers. Take the flowers, go put them in a pot, take them back to the table. Mom says, Jay, that was cool. Now that you did this, I can give you this. Turns out that's something that your dad needed. You got to go outside and talk to the dad and do something for the dad. And then lo and behold, what you do for him get you to another place, which eventually gets you to the mirror. So that's pretty much the gist of the gameplay that's not involving combat, okay? You are really, now I say this, I want you to prepare yourself, okay? You are going on a lot of fetch quest, okay? A lot of fetch quests. You're going to be finding things throughout the world, and those things are going to be needed to be able to advance someone else's quest line, okay? Because they're going to need you. Hey, I need you to get A, B, and C, but you can't get A, B, and C because you didn't complete the previous fetch quest from someone else. You got to complete their fetch quest, and they'll give you items you need to complete this fetch quest, and that cycles on and on and on from beginning to end. So like I said, at the very beginning, mom and dad going to put you on a couple of fetch quests, and they pretty much telling you, hey, this is a fetch quest type of game. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. Okay, I just didn't expect to be on 1,000 fetch quests in this game. Okay, I didn't expect it. Not necessarily it's a terrible thing, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's more than I was expecting. Now, as far as combat goes, early on, you get the one sword or the one shield that you use throughout the game. And then you also get 4 abilities. Early on, you get 1 ability. And obviously, like most video games, the more you play, the further you get along to the story, the more bosses you defeat, the more abilities that you get to unlock. There's also merchants, of course, where you can buy fire bombs, ice bombs, poison bombs, and things of that nature kind of help you throughout each battle. But the combat is pretty simple. You're going to be tapping X a lot. I'm going to be honest, I didn't block. There's a shield. I rarely used it. I much prefer to use the B button, which is a bit of a sprinting dodgy mechanic that you can use to get out of the way. That was what I used throughout the game. I think I maybe hit the block button twice. One time because I was like, oh yeah, I do have the ability to block. Why am I not blocking? But for the most part, you will not need the block button. I'm just being real with you. Slash, 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 get out the way. Slash, 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 get out the way. With that being said, this game does have some incredible looking bosses. Some of these bosses are incredible looking. Coco Cucumber did an amazing job in general with this game. It looks fantastic, okay? But some of these bosses look absolutely dope. The only issue with these bosses is they're easy. Now, I get it. Fame, you said Alice in Wonderland. You know this is meant for kids. Why are you complaining about it? I ain't complaining about it easy. I'm just saying they're easy. For some of these bosses who look fantastic, they look, menacing. They look great. All you have to do is run behind them. I literally made circles, around some of these bosses. Slash, slash, slash. Use an ability, dodge out the way, keep running behind them, and they're gonna just make circles and just beat them from behind. That was how I beat most of the bosses in this game, just by running behind them. Now, I do wish there was some more difficulty with these bosses. But for some people, especially if this game is really geared towards a younger crowd, which I believe it is, they may have a more difficult time. I'm 36, I'm about to be. So it was fairly easy for me since I've been playing games forever. But some people are going to, they're younger, going to find some difficulties in this game. But it is what it is. Now, there are a few puzzles in here that are fairly easy to figure out. I don't think people are going to have a difficult time figuring out the 1 to 2 puzzles, I believe, that are in this title. But going back to what I said about the bosses, they look good. The world is beautiful. The world is vibrant. There are some worlds that in the dark, the greens and the oranges and the blues really pop out on the screen. I did review this on the Xbox Series X. So if you have a PC, it's going to look even better, depending on what you have. But the game looks absolutely amazing. So again, you got the boss fights. You have it. All of this is on one big road to defeat the queen. Okay, you're going through different boss battles. You're unlocking things to get you to the tower, to the where the queen resides. Okay, and that's pretty much the gist of the story, the gist of the game. I do think it is a really good game for what it is. I think a lot of people that I've seen are maybe giving this game a little bit higher expectations, was not necessarily a bad thing, but I do want you to temper yourself because it's not a lot to this game. I was able to beat this game in, I believe, about 4 hours, maybe 5. And it could have been even less than that. I recorded a lot of different gameplay, and looking at the gameplay that I recorded, there's not much time there. So you're looking at about 5-6 hours, depending on who you are. I think one of the most interesting things that you can do is picking up the hats. I was able to get all but like 3 hats, and I believe one of the hats you can only get if you pre-order the title. From what I've seen, they didn't really do anything besides look good and give you an achievement. So I picked one that I thought looked the best, and I pretty much ran with that one throughout the entire game. But again, I feel like I'm beating this game down, but I don't want to beat this game down because I do like what Coco Cucumber did with this title, okay? I do like what they did with it for what it is. It's one of those temper your expectations, okay? I know people are excited about it, as you should be, but be forewarned. A lot of fetch quests. It's not much to the combat, but it is a cool little story I think you guys will enjoy. I gave the game a 7 out of 10 at lv1gaming.com. Let me know what you guys think about it. Again, shout out to Coco Cucumber for giving us a review copy of this game and letting us review it. If you guys want to check it out, it is launching on Xbox Game Pass. If not, you can go buy it for $24.99 on Xbox and or PC. This is Fame Entertainment from lv1gaming.com. You guys have a great one, and I'm out.